Alright, welcome to SideboardMTG. My name's Eric, and today is our first episode of the Patreon games. Go ahead and explain a little bit about today's games. This is more or less what you would call a deck doctor or a pay-to-play. More or less, the gentlemen who have paid me to play these decks and to give my honest opinion on them. And some of you are going to like this content, some of you are not going to like this content. Some of the people who paid for it are going to love it, and some of the people who paid for it are not going to like it. And that's kind of one of the things that kind of comes and goes when you're asking for an honest opinion. And I'm yes, a little bit worried about that particular situation, and I'm very nervous for this, so I want to let everyone know, right off the bat here that, this format will probably change a little bit as time goes, but for now I'm just going to try to be as honest as I possibly can about the decks. We're going to play the decks, we're going to have a lot of fun, and, if I can possibly find some possible upgrades and give some feedback that might help the builder of the deck or the person who wants to play the chosen deck, if I can help them out in any way, or maybe chat could help them out, then that's the real point there, to give some feedback that might be constructive and kind of go from there. So alright, we're gonna jump straight into our first deck here, and if you do like this show, then give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, subscribe. Also, there are 15 slots left, so if you want to get in on the Patreon games and guarantee that you get some airtime and feedback on a deck, well, there is an option there for you. Check the description box below, and we'll go ahead and get started here. So let's jump right into our chat here, say hello to some people, and then give some thanks to a couple particular Patreons that have basically sponsored today's show here. Jeffrey, welcome. Oh, last night's stream. Well, I was ended up DDing a friend of mine home and got home a little bit late. So I think it was a little bit more important that I got my friend home safely than coming home to play Magic. And I will get you guys a private stream out this week. I'm going to guarantee, one private stream a week for you guys for that bracket as well. So you guys will get that. That probably will. I might even do that tonight. So we'll see where that goes. I will let you guys know ahead of time, and yeah, I'll try to get that out tonight. So those of you that are Patreons for the $5 package that get the private streams, the 18 and older, not suitable for work private streams. If you know what, I'm just gonna call them Drunken Magic. But if you guys want to get in on that, you can, and yeah, well, I mean, he needed to get home, so yeah. Anyway, so we'll get you guys your stream. I like to drink, but I 100% say you got to be responsible, guys. Uber, have a friend, do something. And it just so happens, we've got a bar right next to our Magic shop, and the majority of our guys, we will go over after hours and have a couple drinks or something like that. And sometimes people don't do so well and drop a little bit early, and well, you know how that goes, guys. Anyway, let's take a look at our first deck here. Now, this first deck is from David, and Rush It. This is you, right? Like, am I wrong there? Anyway, so this first one is a Jun Pirates list is the best thing I can think of it. Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm with you guys, and I think that I thank you guys for agreeing with me there, but I will get you your content out. I promise I will get you your content. Anyway, let's take a look at this deck. All right, so I've been staring at this deck for a little while, and like all of the decks, I have yet to get a game in on them, and that's kind of what we're going to do today. And if I don't feel that the game that I played gave me justification on, you know, being able to see how the deck is going to play out or something, I'm going to play 2 or 3 games with it. Like I'm going to play these decks until I feel that I can give a decent feedback on them. Now, right off the bat here, one of the things I'm a little bit worried about is 21 lands running for Forerunners. Now, I really like the Forerunners, and I do think that once you start with them, you can actually Forerunner into Forerunner into Forerunner and just actually turn off your top deck. Like, you can guarantee that you're getting a pirate every turn when you want to go that route. I really like that. And but I am a little bit worried that if we can't get the lands, that we might have to end up jumping. Let me get a preview up here for you guys here. This way you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll put it over here. I know we got chat up on this one. Anyway, it's a really cool looking list. I am a major fan of Buccaneers Bravado, especially when you can put Direfleet Neckbreaker down, whichever one wasn't blocked, slam down a Buccaneers Bravado, and oh my goodness, it's great. I am a huge fan of this synergy. Now, the green splash here, this is the part that I'm a little bit nervous about. Now, this is a Journey to Eternity. You know, Atzol is Atzol, whatever. This card is one of my pet cards this season, so I'm extremely excited about this card, and I'm a little curious about how this card is going to play in Pirates. Now, I have tried to build around this deck, but actually had the most success with the card when it was in a deck that I wasn't trying to build around. So, and that was the Monsters deck. If you guys want to check out the Jund Monsters, I loved this card in Jund Monsters. Now, I'm also extremely happy about the idea of this card in Direfleet Poisoner. Also, if you have a Direfleet Neckbreaker in the graveyard and the mana open, you can bring this in before damage, and attacking pirates will all of a sudden get +2/+0. So there are some really cool combat tricks that you might be able to get in on here that I'm seeing right off the bat. Combat Celebrant here, not a pirate, so you're not going to be searching this up or anything, and it looks a little bit out of place, or maybe in the cute category. But I'm hoping to at least get a game where I can see if the Combat Celebrant is just easily removed, or like, do I have a way to protect it or something like that. Now, otherwise here, I am super excited about a couple of the other green cards. Shaper's Sanctuary, this might actually be one of the better decks to run it in. And the Path to Discovery might be perfect with the 21 or the low land count, you know, allowing us to get those +1/1 counters, or, you know, just play draw lands and things like that. And I'm really thinking that is going to be almost invaluable in the deck. So having these multiple sources of draw, and then March of the Drown, in most situations it's going to be 1 mana, draw 2 cards. So even if they do have a lot of removal and things like that, and you're almost always going to be able to go, alright, well, I'll take a Daring Buccaneer and Direfleet Poisoner for, you know, 1 mana. I'll play Buccaneer for 1 mana, revealing the Poisoner that you know I have in hand. So there's some really sweet interactions here, and I'm excited about them. I do like I like that aspect, and that doesn't cost a lot of mana to be able to pull back some of these really key pirates here, and I'm excited about that. The card I find the most out of place here is the Throne of the God Pharaoh, but I get that if you're just being aggressive, you might be able to get those extra pings and stuff. I'll be kind of excited to be like to see this go off in a game. I would prefer it if we had at least some number of vehicles in the deck, so, you know, we could tap things, you know, just crew up the vehicle. Like, you can overcrew, you know, like crew 1, oh fine, we'll crew 11, it doesn't matter, you know. That is kind of where I want to see God Pharaoh, or the Throne of the God Pharaoh, but I get that this might just be a little bit more of a, hey, we need that extra damage thing. Also, one of the things I was looking for here with Forerunner of Coalition would have been maybe one Rune Raider, just to have a little additional card draw, but I get that you might not need it here with the Path to Discovery and Shaper's Sanctuary. Now, this Bantu, if we are going to be dying a lot and we are going to be trading our creatures for theirs as kill spells a lot of the time, because, again, I think we're going to be grabbing them back from the graveyard here. Also, you know, claim to fame, grabbing them back from the graveyard. I'm really interested in seeing just how many times we can get through with the Daring Buccaneer. And the one thing that I'm right off the bat, you know, David, I'm worried about Magma Spray, man. Like, Magma Spray seems like it might be real bad, you know, for this deck. So I am a little bit worried about Magma Spray. Other than that, though, I like where we're at. I mean, 2 power and pretty much everything. Now, up here on the higher end of the scale, I'm worried that we're going to have a little bit of a hard time getting to these, but this is pretty good. I like that you have access to this. No one's going to see this coming. You know, Samet snuck her way onto a pirate ship, apparently. But no one's going to see this coming. I like that, and I like having something just completely off the wall that they just can't play around. So this Samet, I'm interested. I'm highly interested, and we'll go from here. You hope your Jund deck gets played. Are you Patreon, Ryan? Like if you're Patreon, your deck gets played on Patreon. The Patreon games. Anyway, so Angrath, man, love this card, and if we are mid-range / aggro, this card is good. I've already had some fun with this card, guys. Like, I like it. I like the fact that it's in the deck. Now, Verdurous Gearhulk here. I don't know about this card. Like, is this where we want this? I guess getting bigger would be great, and it's just kind of one of those things that's in the deck. It might be a little out of place, though. I mean, there might be maybe a better pirate that you could slap in here or something like that that might fit a little bit better. Maybe just Vraska herself. I don't really know about the Verdurous Gearhulk. I'm in the air on it, though. So anyway, that is my initial opinion on this particular main board. In the sideboard here, I do want to ask you a question here, since we've got you live, and that's going to be great. What do you really like this for? I mean, this 6-mana spell here, like, I want to just rip this out of the deck and throw a Vraska in here. Like, 6 mana, I just want to have Vraska. So, like, why do you really have this? Okay, alright, you just don't have Vraska. Okay. Well, one of my first suggestions is, I'm not a huge fan of this card. I've had it just bomb on me a couple times, and I'm not a huge fan, but it is a huge win more. Like, you can all of a sudden just, bam, fill the board. Like, I've had some really good states out of it, and I've had some bad ones. So, either way, I like the card, but I think maybe for 6 mana, Vraska might be a little bit more powerful in a general setting. So, if you do make any changes, I'm going to say Vraska here, just right off the bat, and I will try to bring this in. So, but yeah, that makes sense. I get playing the cards that you own. So, destroy target artifact or creatures without flying can't block this turn. Oh my goodness, sneaky. I like this. Lost Legacy, I get it. I get it. You just have to. Bantu the Glorified. Yeah, another copy of it. I mean, if we're going to be doing this, like, get my dude back, I'm going to sack it to Bantu. We're getting in for 4. You know, I like that. I like that, especially with all the recursion in the main board. Yeah, I'm a big fan. And then Hour of Glory. I don't think this deck has any problem hitting double black, which makes me say Vraska's Contempt is just better. But I've also had some good success with Hour of Glory, because most of the time we're really just wanting to hit a creature with it. But Vraska's Contempt gives you that extra layer of options. So if you can hit the double black as you get Vraska's Contempt, you might want to try those here. And let's get into some games, right? Huh? Let's go play some Magic. All right, we got David's deck here, and let's see if we can find something to play against. Mall Cop 007. He's got a license to kill and a Segway. All right, we won the dice roll, so we get to keep. Okay, now this is a little awkward, right? Here we have two of the creatures that aren't pirates, right? And then Daring Buccaneer. So I mean, definitely these type of hands will happen. But with having a turn 3 Bantu, I'm alright with it. I'm actually okay with this hand. Even if I got to get this thing out a little bit later, I'm okay with this hand. I mean, Bantu's not bad. And then, like, hopefully we'll draw a pirate by then. Commune with Dinosaurs. Alright. Our turn 4 is going to look decent here. Assuming we draw a wow, what is he doing? Do I just combat Celebrant here? Is this going to be a Drover? Ooh, he is just ramping. Revealed a Ripjaw though, so he's going to Ripjaw next turn. I think we're just going to Bantu instead of combat Celebrant. Wish I could tap that somehow. Like Bantu is one of my favorite crew. Like it's just awesome to crew with Bantu. Wow. Okay. Come on, give me. Oh no. All right. Well. Don't have enough to do all the things, so we're gonna do this. He spends his mana to either make a dude, need a pirate off the top. Well, I think we're gonna let him draw a card. Pirate, come on, pirate. Give me a pirate. It's not a pirate, but we do have enough land to do tricks. So we can do this one. That's about it. I think I'm just gonna sack the Buccaneer, and yeah. So if I sack the Buccaneer, we exert. What if I don't sack the Buccaneer? Right, like, I'm interested in sacking the Buccaneer right now and then swinging out, but I've got to pay 2 mana to sack that. And then, I mean, I would get in, like, he's going to block with a Ripjaw here. He's not blocking this. He's going to block with a Ripjaw to get the exerted one. If I just swing with this, we'll go this route. I'm actually going to exert. Then if he blocks here, then I'll let him draw a card. He did block. So we will get to get rid of this. He will get to draw a card though. So we used the exert there to get in a tricky little keel, but I think that might be the better way to go, just removing that rip jaw. Like it'll give us another turn to do something, and we're gonna do one more piece of damage here at the end. It's like, so the little bit of chip damage is getting in. I could have done a lot more there, but I really wanted to remove that rip jaw. I think it was the best value we were going to get out of the Buccaneers Bravado. Like, because you're never going to give either of these two double strike, which is, you know, a little disheartening. Okay, so if he gets double desert here, he's got zombies. He did get double deserts. Desert of the Dunes, and Endless Sands. No, Endless Sands. Yeah, you can't get a creature we control, so this is pretty decent. I'm almost willing to sacrifice this and just swing with both here, but I think I'm gonna sacrifice Daring Buccaneer here, and then swing with Bonto. Scry one. Yeah, put that on top. And now just attack. It's Menace, Indestructible, all the other great things. Wish it had lifelink. Oh man, if this thing had lifelink. A lot of chip damage here though. Okay. I mean, we're doing that pressure thing where, I mean, this Bantu here, it's really going to scare him as far as dinos go. Like, if he does have big dinos, Sandworm Convergence. Well, isn't that a thing? So he's going to get this. Well, at least we're not flying. Now he's going to start getting in. Changed his mind. Just going to get his Sandworm here. This is going to be a little bit hard. I mean, not like overly hard here. Unfortunately, I got to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to pay 2 to sack Daring Buccaneer. Ooh, yeah, we'll leave that on top. And now we will attack. Yeah. So I think we've got to go for the damage here. Wish I could get in more damage, but we're just gonna be trying to crack in for 8. If he's got a double block and then double block again, this is Death Touch, so that's gonna work really well for us. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna stop this, but he's gonna have to put 2 in front of this. All right. So yes, he gets to eat the combat celebrant. We won't be doing that trick again, but now we're going back to combat. And if he would, he did not take it. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and return 2 pirate cards. Make the most use of my mana here. And then I think we're just on a drain plan from this point forward. And I'm getting it. I now get the subsequent damage that you're continuing to get here. So I get that you can be very aggressive, and I know we have to outrun this worm. Like, this worm is going to be no, out of all things. Out of all things, Verdant Sun's avatar, gaining way too much life. Okay, well, that probably defeated us right there. Like, he's going to gain 5 life per turn. And now that's going to allow him to start pressuring our life total. I like the way the deck's playing, though. The deck definitely put out a lot of power, and we were up. If he hadn't gained 11 points of, or 10 points of life right there, this would have been great. So I am going to just play the Forerunner Coalition. And then I think at that point we would have probably looked for maybe Direfleet Poisoner or something like that. Something with Flash. Like, what would... Maybe even Direfleet Neckbreaker. Because we do have a ton of mana. Would love some way to tap our creatures. I don't think we're going to be able to come back on this one, though. I'm going to get the Neckbreaker. Maybe I should have gotten something cheaper. But, yeah, that's what we got. See, we've got another point of drain in here. And, again, if he hadn't pulled this, we would have stayed on the aggressive. And, I mean, this just changed everything. He's going to gain another 5 points of life here. It's definitely messy. This is definitely not good for us. Double Sandworm Convergence. He's gaining 2 life per turn. Let's get into the next game here. I don't take that against the deck. That was just some that's not normal to happen, you know. Menace Death Touch, really like that effect. Losing a third of their life rounded up. That might be really good if he starts gaining life. However, I think if we don't have a way to just destroy that enchantment, Sandworm Convergence, like, we may want to just pull that out of the deck. Yeah, I don't think Poisoner would have helped. Like, he was going to get, at that point, he was going to be getting 2 5/5s per turn, gaining 10 life per turn, and we didn't have, like, you know, a creature that we could just search up that would kill, like a Chupacabra type creature. Like, it just wasn't an option. So, unfortunately, I don't think that we were aggressive enough to get in enough damage. We got him close, but him having that Verdant Suns, that was enough. Okay, I think that we might want these Hour of Glory here. So, bringing in these higher converted mana cost things, may have to cut back on some of these others. Although, I'm going to cut back a Verdant Gearhulk, and I'm going to cut back a Samet. Samet gives double strike. Plus we can untap things. I get that that works with the Combat Celebrant, and I think that he's going to have blockers that are just always going to be big enough for the Combat Celebrant, so I don't think we're going to be able to get away with that type of interaction. Creatures without flying can't block this turn and destroy target artifact. I like the creatures without flying can't block this turn. I also like Mutiny right now. But making his Ripjaw Raptor fight something else, or something else fight his Ripjaw Raptor, is not always great. Let's try this Hazards. Alright. I'm going to cut a March and a Reclaim, or a Claim to Fame. When does this stream end? The stream will end when I guess I get done with the decks. So, I don't know. Whoa. We'll mulligan that. Okay, well, we've got our colors. Maybe I should have took that neck breaker out. We have 2 sources of recursion. This is not what we're looking for, and will not make us a fast deck. I'm pretty sure we just die with this hand unless we just rip, you know, pirate off the top. Yeah, let's mulligan here. Oh, that's even worse, but I don't want to go to 4. Sure. At least we have a creature. Alright, well, I'll pass the turn here. It goes on forever and ever and ever. Yeah. Maybe we can do some tricky stuff with Buccaneer's Bravado and the Direfleet Poisoner if they try to get frisky. Ooh, he's getting in. I could actually just kill that right now. I think that's as aggressive as I'm going to be able to get. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to eat it. Now I'm going to crack him for 2. I might crack him for 4. Maybe not. Maybe I'll save it for blocks. Now, it might be bad to have even swung right there. But I'm willing to take 3 next turn. I want to guarantee that the 2 damage gets in. I'm going to try to be as aggressive as possible with this little Direfleet Poisoner here. Oh my goodness. Oh, all he's got to do is get 2. Great. So 2 deserts gives him... Okay. Okie dokie. I think I'm going to grab a Poisoner here. I don't know. What should I grab? Grab Forerunner. We've got 5 mana. We're just going to start chaining off Forerunners. Just guarantee that we have a plethora of pirates, I think. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have swung at all. But we're gonna... Wish I gave Trample. Yeah, maybe that was bad to just swing right there. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, it was definitely... That was definitely a thing. Alright. So if I do this, alright, how does this work? Commune with dinosaurs. I'm trying to think of a line where we actually, like, I need to stop drawing these, but I really want to continue drawing them. Drover. Only gains 3 off of that. How do we get to our other payouts? I think I have to put like just keep doing this. If he doesn't have answers either, then we're just gonna keep doing this type of thing to him. I mean, 4 per pirate could be pretty good. I don't know if there's a good line in this deck where we actually beat this thing. Maybe the line would have been quit accepting the activation from this and try to draw for something else, but I'm also going to try to say that he might not have more than one of those. Although he did get it 2 games in a row, he might have... Oh no, he's got another one. He has another and can play it now. Gain 10 life. Alright, so... yeah, just take the poisoner and pass. You've been playing Jim Davis's Auras deck. You know what? I've heard a lot of really good things about that deck. Okay. See, I like this card, but I hate not getting value out of it. Just playing it as a 3-mana 2/2 is horrible. Wow. Alright, so he's up to 36 life here. Galta, he's at 60 life. Yeah, that is a thing. And we can't profitably block anywhere here. I mean, I could block, but not in the way I would like to. That's got flash. I don't see us coming, like, getting through this. But I definitely got to see how this works. I don't know if you had interactions here. Like, I don't know where we should have went with this. So let's look. Our real out to that was... Hour of Glory, yeah. Or maybe even Mutiny. Have his dinos fight each other. Okay, so maybe Mutiny would have been the better answer. Go, okay, they enter and Mutiny fights this. No, Mutiny sorcery, isn't it? right? Like the Verdant deck is really interesting. Of course. So we'll move to blocks. Pretty sure we're dead. Verdant. I mean, this 15-15. I mean, we're dead anyway. I could have stopped 2 more points of damage, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter, because we are going to negative, what, 6? Where's the math on this? Yeah. Wow. Alright, I want to look at this deck again. Let's take a look. Alright, so one of the things that I like about the deck, but I also don't like about the deck, is the number of this interaction that we have. It's such a low to the ground reanimator style deck that right. Yeah, playing against that style deck, I mean, that's really hard. And remember, you know, we're playing in a vacuum here. You know, whatever deck we happen to come up against. So I'm not really looking at the deck or, you know, the win or the loss. Looking more so at the way the deck played. And I don't think Forerunners of Coalition is bad. Although I think that if you're going to run a Forerunner of Coalition deck, which this kind of felt like in that particular game, that you might want more singletons that, you know, matter or don't matter. So you would be able to like cut down on your 4 converted mana costs, like natural draw things. You use the Poisoner for kills. I do understand like using the Poisoner for kills. However, I don't think he was going to give us a profitable block there until it was time to just kill us, which is exactly how he did it. Even though we had the Poisoner in hand and he knew it, the math didn't work out for us to live. Yes, we would have killed both his Verdant Sons right there, but it wouldn't have mattered. He had an Alpha Strike there. So anyway, that's not really the point here. I like these cards, I really do, but I think we would be better off with just a higher daring, a higher count. So in both of those games, we had trouble casting Daring Buccaneer. Now that's not completely unheard of. I cast River Sneak for 5 mana so many times it's ridiculous. So yeah, that could definitely happen. And I think that there's some other pirates that might fit better in here, and I think First Strike is going to be great. If you're really using Direfleet Poisoner, then First Strike, giving like some First Strike pirates, I think that might be where to go. So let's take a look at what you have available here, and I think maybe removing probably just the Claim to Fames. I kind of like Claim to Fame, but also kind of don't. Like March of the Drowned seems good, but I'd like to get some First Strike pirates in here. So let's take a look. We'll go with Subtype. Hound. Why are we in Hound? First, if I could type. Are we in? Yep. Format. What's going on? Standard. Subtype. Okay, so black, red, and green. So in standard, what do we have? Let's get rid of these foils. I want to show non-foils. Okay, so what is this stuff? Is this reprinted in something? Oh, okay. Anyway, I love the Buccaneers Bravado. I really do. I think your best options here are going to be Rigging Runner. However, that's going to be a little bit difficult for you, maybe, but maybe not. I think Rigging Runner, you might want to try 1 or 2 Rigging Runners, or because the feel of the deck seemed like it was, you know, that style, probably Direfleet Daredevil. Now, granted, you're probably not always going to get max value out of this, but Direfleet Daredevil, being able to do this more than once seems pretty good, honestly. Like, so maybe 2 of those instead of this. This way you're getting more interaction. Might help you actually find a couple kill spells too. So yeah, I kind of like Direfleet Daredevil here. And it's either Direfleet Daredevil or Rigging Runner. And then if you do that, maybe even increase 1 Direfleet Poisoner. I didn't get a game with these, so we're going to jump back into a game with these. Wish I would have grabbed some Direfleet Daredevils. I would like to try. I would like to try just a little bit more on the Pirates theme. Cutting some of the higher end stuff. I know that you're probably really partial to some of these cards, but I would like to cut some of the higher end stuff here and go with a little bit more aggro and see if you can have a few more targets to smooth this Daring Buccaneer out. If we can't cast it for 1, then what's the point? So I really want to be able to cast it for 1. And then I'm going to add 1 more Buccaneer and 1 more Poisoner because I really like the Poisoner here. Now, I did cut one of the Journeys. And again, we're just kind of cutting a little bit of the slack. I'm going to get rid of this to give a... We're just going to try it with, like, I guess what I would call a little more upgraded version. This seems really good, though. This seems real good. And I'm okay with everything else here. How are you on artifacts? You got no artifacts, do you? I mean, you've got the 1, but I was thinking, like, what good... You almost have no removal without tricking them into something. So, can I keep Samet? Yeah, I didn't take Samet out. I'm actually really fond of Samet in this deck. The Verdant Gearhulk's the one that I wasn't fond of. I'm actually really fond of the Destructive Tampering. I like it as well. I think that it might have been the answer we needed to, like, just get an alpha swing in there at some point. But when he started gaining, you know, when he went to 60 life, there was no coming back from that. But I would like to try this configuration right here with just a few more creatures, not many, just 4 more creatures here, and cut some of the higher end stuff. And I'm gonna try it like this. I would like to consider what other pirates are available to us here. So, Kitesail Freebooter. Like, I'm thinking of some Silver Bullet pirates that might be worth having. However, I just don't see it. Do you have Kari Zebs? Because Kari Zeb's really good, especially with Direfleet Poisoner. Actually, Kari Zeb, I'm going to back off 2 of these Rigging Runners and go 2 Kari Zeb. That's a first strike pirate right there. With Menace. So, if they double block it, you give it +1/+1 Direfleet Poisoner. It works terrific. First strike, double kill. Oh yeah. You assign 1 damage to both. So if you have Kari Zeb might actually be the better first striker. I don't know if I would like 3 Kari Zeb, especially with maintaining this. I actually like the March of the Drowned here. So I'm gonna definitely try to keep this reanimator theme you got going here, because I know that's kind of part of what we're doing. We don't want to just break the deck and get completely out of the way. So my idea of this deck at this point is kind of like this this relentless pirates deck that is just gonna keep coming at you, but it's kind of Araska's pirates, so you know we're in the green, but yet we've got this reanimator feel. So I'm gonna get back into another game here. Again, I told you guys, like, this particular stream would be a little bit unlike most of my streams. This is not. I like Path of Discovery. I would like to at least get a game in and see how Path of Discovery works. And honestly, I think increasing our creature count is going to increase the likelihood of being able to use Path of Discovery. So this is going to be one of those points where Rigging Runner is going to be horrible, but we're going to use it anyway. So I'm going to keep this hand though. So Rigging Runner is going to be bad here, and I would probably rather have a Karizev, but at least Rigging Runner hits the curve. And it is our one of, so if we play it early, it's one of those things that if we decide we want to get back later, because we need something like with First Strike or something that we're going to give, you know, Death Touch to, then playing it early, letting it get killed, and then March of the Drown, getting it back doesn't seem bad either. So, are we playing the approach deck? All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just get this extra point of damage here. So technically, we're still getting in 2 per turn. I like this card. I like it. I like what you're doing with it too. I like that you've got all of this nice little incremental damage, so when you're getting in early, that's great. And then once the game starts clogging up, you go into this like Forerunner of Coalition thing. However, I would love to see something that could force you to tap. Oh no, this thing. Alright, so this thing's gonna be a little funny. What do we want to start getting here? I could just throw down the Combat Celebrant. Let's do that. Oh, I did it again. Yeah, I would like to draw a couple more lands before we get there. This Paladin. Ugh. You're definitely a little weak to life gain. You're not as high on Ruin Raider as most because you really don't plan on blocking. Okay. Deep-Root Champion. He won't do it. He won't do it. No way. No way does he stick anything in front of this. That's right. You take your damage. Alright. What do you mean by damage Ruin Raider does getting cards hurt? More cause... oh. Alright. Heard. I don't know why I clicked the. Sorry, like you should be able to see it now. I clicked the wrong one. There we go. All right, so let's start doing some stuff. Let's go get a 1 mana dude, like some. Ooh, we could go get Carry Zev. I like Carry Zev here. Another first striker. Abzan Deep Root Champion, huh? Ravenous Chupacabra. What are you gonna kill? Gonna kill the Combat Celebrant. Alright, well.
Okay, let's do this. Hang on tight. Here I come. That was incredible.
Yep, just attacking with everything here. And we're going to give this. That works pretty good. I like that. And then next turn we'll draw a card. So maybe it's definitely better to space these out. You know, grab a card, draw a card, play some things. Only against maybe a control deck would you want to just, where you're just freely attacking it. This is still going to be a problem. Now we can't do all of our tricks here that we were doing before. Although, he's not swinging. I'm going to just attack with all here. Is there... Yeah, there's a reason to get in with this. Maybe. Yeah. So if he goes to eat this... Oh, wow's he got to settle? Oh, I did that, didn't I? Alright. That's not cool. Not cool. Maybe I should have known the settle was coming. Just wait till he throws lifelink on it. Well, right. Okay. Another one of these. Wow. Yeah. Creeping mold. Really? Okay. I mean, nothing I can say about that. That's a creeping mold. That happens. Creeping mold happens. I don't know when it happens. I guess right now, but creeping mold. Wow. Okay. We can play the land. Go coalition. And I think Poisoner is the right way to go here, right? I think Poisoner is the only way to go. Yeah, I'm gonna swing. He can't block. Like, he can't block this. He can't block her. I mean, he can, but I'm gonna eat one of them paladins. I'm gonna eat that little paladin. Alright, so he'll take his 3 and go to 7. Gee, this thing is just getting bigger and bigger. Alright, how much are we gonna take here? Vraska Relic Seeker. Yeah. Okay. So Vraska kills Kari Zev. And we'll see how he chooses to attack. I can eat this one, or I can eat this one. If I eat this one, yeah, I'll do that. He's gonna gain so much life. Yep. So he gained life. We lost a lot of life. We're gonna return 2 pirates. Alright, so we get Kari Zev. And we'll pass. Gotta be able to hold up the Dire Fleet Poisoner. Another! Of course. Of course. I want to play the Forerunner, but the first strike here is fairly important. And I don't know what I want. I don't know what we would go get. Probably just another Poisoner. So go Poisoner. Alright, well, he pluses Vraska, makes a pirate. Another land, so maybe I should have played that. Turn off these land draws. Wish we could redirect to Vraska, but we can't. It has to be a... I'm going to... just a Poisoner. I mean a Forerunner kick here. Just Forerunner after Forerunner. Wish there was a way to draw cards. Lifecrafter's Bestiary. Oh my god. That's the card. So that card would work so good with Forerunner into Forerunner into Forerunner. You would be able to cast one. Is it when you cast? It's when it enters the battlefield, wouldn't it? So it would give you the ability to draw cards though, as long as you could cast it and then play another. You could just keep putting 1-drops on, and then every green would allow you to keep, I don't know, or no. How would that work? And we're going to say yes. We might be able to burn him out here. I mean, we may also just be dead. Okay, so he plus Faraska again. Yeah, we're so dead. He's at 11. I play Forerunner. We do what, 3 triggers next turn. Yeah. All right. I think I've seen enough of this deck to be able to. I still haven't gotten to play this card though. I really want to know how this card is, but I don't think that this interaction alone is going to be strong enough, David. I really don't. This card's really good. We have to have Lost Legacy. Can we mutiny him? Like, did we just Lost Legacy those things? Abrading them, just killing them when they're small seems really good. So actual targeted removal or removal period seems really good. That might be where all of this stuff needs to be. Like, let's say we get rid of anything that doesn't give us targeted removal. I haven't gotten a chance to play Insult in this deck yet. I'm not taking it out. I really want a game with that. I would love to see either of these in the game, but so far no goes. Also, like with running 4 of these Forerunners, I don't know about that. I can't believe he had a main board Creeping Mold. What is that? I mean, who does that? Let's get rid of this idea altogether. Okay. So now we're pirates with removal. Destructive Tampering? Maybe that was the right card. I am going to keep this. This will be a much more aggressive hand, and I think that's probably where this deck really wants to be going. So maybe you might want to just shift into the more red-black Pirates deck. Like, I think Deb's Pirates deck was only like, 15-20 bucks for the basics of it. So you might be able to get that fairly cheap. And those cards aren't hard to get. It will get you into the Pirates theme, but I definitely think you're going to need a little bit more removal. Like, I think the games are going to play out a little bit better when we can bring in more removal. And I think only against the control decks are you really going to need all of that removal stuff you have main board. I think you will have a little bit better success running it with some type of removal package. Wow, we're just going to keep doing this, aren't we? All right. So if he has like fatal pushes and stuff, we should see those now. No anointed. Anointed Paladin, was that its name? I'm gonna go get it. he's gonna fatal push one of my dudes. Fair enough. No, when anointed. Paladin of Atonement? God, I hope that's the card. Did I just mess this up? No, I did not. Alright. So he's got Settle the Wreckage, Beneath the Sands, Doomfall, Baffling In, Frost, Relic Seeker. Okay. What else does he have in the deck? Let's take a look at the rest of the deck. Alright, so... where's my screen capture? Alright, so we've got his deck. Let's grab the rest of these paladins. So he's got Chupacabras, Galta. Yep, that's pretty good. Think he'll trade it? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. So, in his hand, he had a Baffling In, which I guess he's gonna use anytime now. He might actually just Doomfall us here. Beneath the Sands, he's gonna go ahead and ramp some. He gets two out of his hand this turn. Well, I think this is about the best chance we're gonna get. He's stuck at 3 with it, and we're just gonna keep getting in there. I mean, attacking from this point forward is gonna be really hard for us. So, you know, that's not terrific. He's got 3 Deep Roots left in his deck, 2 Galtas, and 4 Ravenous Chupacabra, and then Vraska. But he's also got a Vraska in his hand, which we're about to see very soon. I would like to get a land off the top here. Play this Neckbreaker and see if we can get him for a little bit more damage. Wow, okay, so he won't be casting Settle this turn. He is going to go ahead and Baffling End on us, though. Okay. Well, that is here. He took a Direfleet Poisoner, so I guess that's a thing. So if he goes Vraska this turn, we have to go Direfleet Poisoner, and then he's going to Creeping Mold our land. Wow. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just run down the Poisoner then. Getting rid of our red source. What a meanie. And then, of course, Deep Root, which if we don't top deck a red source, we can't kill. Hey, comes in tap. Swing. You want to block it? He didn't block it. You like that Creeping Mold? The Creeping Mold's pretty cool here. Yeah. I mean, he's got Settle. Of course he's got Settle. We don't... This deck is extremely weak to... Wow, do I just abrade that? Sure. He's got 2 left. Does he want to settle? He can settle for 1 dude. I love another land. We get another red source. Man. Yeah, I know he's got a settle in his hand. He's got, let's see what he's got left. Alright, so he's cast the Beneath the Hands, he's cast the Doomfall, he's got Vraska and Settle left that we know about. He's got 5 cards, but the only 2 I still know about are Vraska and Settle. There we go. Alright, so this should make us, like, settleable. Like, he's got to settle now. I don't know. Like, we'll see what happens here. Just a flat-out fatal push. Okay. Well, another land off the top would be sweet. I expect him to, like, he gets a tap land, so he's almost to the point now where he can Vraska next turn. So land would be good for us. Well, we get to guarantee that he settles. Red source? I mean, we have a really red hand, so alright, so if we play this, yeah, I'm actually going to play it for the additional cost. I'm not giving him the information. So we're not revealing anything here. He doesn't know that we have this. So if he plays Vraska, kills this, doesn't kill this, then we get to, I don't know how we play this. I think he plays Vraska here. Alright, here comes the Vraska. She's gonna make a dude. Forerunner. So I'm cast Forerunner and Bravado. But also just cast Direfleet, Breakneck, and Mutiny next turn. Well, I can do that and Mutiny next turn with the amount of mana we have, so I kind of like going this route this turn. So, right, yeah, let's definitely get Karizev. Karizev's 100% the one I'm thinking of as well. So we'll top deck Karizev next turn. Has Menace, which is beneficial. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and attack Vraska here. Hopefully he'll just take it. He did just take it. This will be really good for us. So we take Vraska to 2 here. I wish you just drew the card with the Forerunners. Like, putting it on the top of your library, that seems weird. Ravenous Chupacabra. Okay, it's going to get the Forerunner. You don't want to take any additional damage. Oh, alright, so he's going to get in. Alright. So we get to go... mutiny something away. I think I'm going to play the Dire Fleet Breakneck. And then I'm going to cast Mutiny. Choose target creature an opponent controls to deal damage. I want this to deal damage. To be dealt damage. I want to kill the Ravenous Chupacabra. So now we'll trade Daring Buccaneer for Pirate. This just seems real bad. I would love to hit that cut. Oh, he's got a Fatal Push. Wow. Oh. Well, I think we still make the trade, don't we? I mean, we're gonna make the trade anyway, so if he wants it, he just didn't take it. Alright, well. Just gonna keep making Menace Pirates. Right? Like, at this point, start going for the face. Don't think we can. It's game. That is game. I'm not gonna Kari Zev through this. Kari Zev through that. Okay, so also with Kari Zev, the new addition of Kari Zev and Path in the deck, I really wish we would get a chance to see that. Every time the monkey comes in, it would explore, wouldn't it? Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it explores. So that seems like that would be really, really good. Yeah, I kind of like the path to discovery here, especially with the Kari Zev. Overall, man, right, Kari Zev and her Menace and First Strike, man, just awesome. I do think that Kari Zev is going to be one of the biggest upgrades that you're going to be able to do from today's playing. The second thing I probably want to, like, I hope that you go with is take your cards and take your Reanimator cards and things like that. Maybe build those in a separate deck. I think you're going to have a lot more success with this Pirates theme, with dropping the Reanimator theme. And I really hate to say that to you because I know you probably love the idea of this. I'm not opposed to the colors, to the Jund Pirates idea. I like Jund Pirates. I like that, and I maybe Vraska just staying at the top off of it. But I definitely think that one of the things that made the deck, it definitely felt smoother when we had a little bit of removal here. So the removal wasn't, I don't really know how to say it for you, David, but I'm not going to say that the deck's just bad. I just think that it needs to be more aggro or more mid-range, and it's hard to be mid-range without any removal, and it's hard to be aggro when you have a lot of these really slow plays. So I think some of the best advice I could tell you would be move some of these cards like Shapers of Nature and you know, some things that you might want to have in the Lone Grindier game. Throne of the God Pharaoh, there's probably certain games that you could bring that in against. I like it. I like Throne of the God Pharaoh, but it was never really enough. Like, it just wasn't enough. And personally, I just think you're trying to split two different decks here. And I think that if, you know, you might have, like, seriously, the red-black Pirates, it's a budget right now. It's like $20-30 to put together. The budget version Dev ran the other night. And oh my goodness, that was great. That deck ran really great. It had, you know, I think it had 3 Forerunners of Coalition in it. And it's really easy to upgrade that deck. Some of the upgrades would include things like Dire Fleet Poisoner. Fathom Fleet Captain is another card there. If you have the Kari Zevs, like maybe go more into the aggro pirates theme. I think you might have a little bit more success there. My mic is super quiet. Is that better? Hopefully you guys can hear me there. Anyway, I think that you'll have a little bit more success if you try to split the decks. If you want to have this Reanimator theme and you own these cards, then, well, my mic was shifted down a little bit. I can turn the music down here. Yeah, let's get the music down. We'll see if that helps. Okay, so I do think that the deck is just split and trying to do two different things, and I kind of like the idea of an aggro Journey to Eternity deck, but overall, again, you know, plus you're gonna hear everyone go, "You got Journey in the deck? You don't have Chupacabra? What's wrong with you?" Well, he had Claim to Fame, and Claim to Fame might be better in this spot, just two of those instead of the Journey. And we didn't get to see any of the Journeys, and the Journey might be cool, but the way I feel about it is, if I'm going to spend 5 mana to bring back a card, and that's what you'll be doing with Journey here. Okay, alright. Now somebody's like, alright, now I can't hear the music. Okay, guys. Okay. I see where you're going with this. Alright, I'm going to give you a little bit more volume on the music, but that's where we're going to go. I think that there's no card in here other than Samet the Tested that I would pay 5 mana to cast. Not a first time, not a second time. Now, I might pay 5 mana in the perfect situation to bring down Direfleet Poisoner or something like that. But I don't think that this is where you want to be. I just don't think that's where you want to be. And I think that's the most advice that I can give you on this one. David, I hope that you might have got a little bit of advice out of from the community here. And I would say, Movia, if you're going to stick with this type of game plan, take some of the things that are not necessarily perfect for the idea of the deck out. If you want to have, you know, 2 or 3, I'm just in love. Like if there's just 2 or 3 cards that you're just absolutely in love with, that you just can't, you know, not play with, then definitely, you know, have fun with that. You know, like put 2 or 3 cards in your deck, but don't try to overdo the cuteness with, you know, 4 or 5, you know, 4 or 5, 6, even 2 play sets worth of cards that turn, you know, oh, this will be cool if this happens and this happens. So yeah, I think that is where you're going to go, and I think you're going to have a lot more success. And remember, having fun is no excuse for losing. So we still want to be competitive, but we still want to have fun. But having fun is no excuse for losing. And I know I might not have played your deck the way you play your deck, but I think I played it enough here that I got a decent idea out of how the deck plays and how everything lines up. And I just think that you're trying to be 2 different decks, and just split the decks, do 2 different things. Man, build you a Jun Reanimator deck with, you know, some Planeswalkers in there. Liliana's really cheap. You can probably grab her for, you know, $3 or $4 a piece. You know, have some fun there. You know, do your Journey to Eternity over there. Grab you a vehicle or 2, even if it's just the Sky Sieve, just so you can tap everything sideways for a Throne of the God Pharaoh. I mean, there's a whole bunch of cool interactions that you might be able to get around in on that side of it. But I think cards like Shaper of Sanctuary, you're going to want to bring those in against targeted removal decks, and having the main board is not really going for, you know, the overall idea. The part of having the sideboard is to be able to make a main idea, like to supplement that main idea. Like, so go with your main idea is, I'm going to be pirates. I'm going to be this Jun pirate deck that tops off with, you know, a Samet and a Verdurous Gearhulk. You know, only would you really want the Angraphs in like certain matchups and things like that. Bring in your cute things in the matchups where they are really, really relevant. So I think that that's going to be one of the best things that you do. Like, just keep this bare bones. This is the nitty gritty of the deck main board. Like maybe even some kind of consistency. Like, we're gonna keep bodies main board here, or like removal. I love having a little bit more removal here in the main. So, like, let's say we're gonna do the main like this right here. One of this will give you a little bit of removal, stuff like that. Like, if I was going to run like these 75, which I probably wouldn't, I'd probably change a couple things. But then against certain decks, like, okay, so now I'm against a deck that has a lot of targeted removal. All right, targeted removal. I want to draw cards, but I don't want to draw cards like. Well, this is probably really good in a deck with targeted removal. Maybe you want to cut something back and bring in, like, say, Shapers. Okay, this deck has, you know, this. I want to do this or that. And there will be a whole lot of different things. Okay, so this deck doesn't have any of the gods or anything that I just have to be able to kill. So I'll cheapen up my removal or something by bringing in, you know, Mutiny or something like that. So I think that's all I've got for you here, man. I hope you enjoyed the feedback on your deck. I hope I didn't just like make you too mad with it, but yeah, I think that's where you're gonna go. Alright, David, had a lot of fun, buddy. Your January deck is done. I like it. If you end up building something else, post it on the Reddit. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see where you go from it, go with it from here. And if you end up building you know, multiple decks, I'm currently reading and looking at every Reanimator deck I can find, so would love to see something out of that. So if you do come up with something you like out of that Journey to Eternity, would love to see it. Okay, so David, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate it, man. That was it was terrific, and I hope you feel that you got what you asked for there. All right, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. So Sean brings us Path to Mettle. He's playing Path to Mettle, and man, I don't really know if I'm going to have a lot of advice for or against this deck other than just meta advice. As this deck's fairly well tuned, and we've seen some versions of this pretty much just running around, you know, ever since Rivals came out. Like, everyone was all about this Path to Mettle deck here. So Sean has he's requested that we play Path to Mettle. The deck's pretty well built, I would say. It looks almost identical to one that recently top 8'd, and or sorry, not top 8'd, recently went 5-0. So I'm really excited about playing this, and this is Sean's keyword tribal. So, Sean, if you are out there, buddy, I know this is your particular build. This is your version of it, and I'm gonna give it a couple games here. We're gonna look through it, and we're gonna say, you know, what matches up versus the meta, what we're worried about against the meta, what we like, and what we don't like. So, hopefully you enjoy what I got for you here, guys. I am going to. I've been talking for about an hour and a half here. I need to go grab something to drink. I'm gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and crush some face with this Path to Mettle deck here. I think that the Path to Mettle deck is gonna be pretty good. Again, this deck is not as much of a homebrew. I mean, it is Sean's deck, but is not as much of a homebrew idea as our first deck, which is why I wanted the first deck to be the first deck. Like, that one is, it's this unheard of idea. No one has seen a Jun Pirates deck, so definitely wanted to give as much, you know, as much time as I could on the homebrew. This is gonna be a lot of fun right here. We're about to break some people's hearts with this thing. I think I do want to say that I don't like a Braid and mainboard in a Hazard deck. I don't like it. Just don't like it. Against a control deck, you get caught with your Braids in hand, and you have no way to get them out. So I'm going to let you guys take a look at the deck for a few moments. We know that here. We know we got 4 Hazards, pull the sideboard over here. Let's and I'm gonna go grab a drink, and we're gonna come back. Again, this is gonna be a really long stream, guys. So you know, if you wanna pop in and out as you want to, you can. But I'm giving these Patreons. I'm gonna try to give them plenty of time here, plenty of feedback. Give us plenty of time for them to come back, read the chat, things like that. So I'm gonna take a quick break here, refill the old coffee cup, and we're gonna get into our second deck. Alright, I'm back. Narash, you just missed the first deck, that's all. Ooh, what time am I going to be doing Subscriber Sunday tomorrow? I expect to be doing Subscriber Sunday early. Normally I try to to get it off around 5. Like I like to stream early on the weekends because I like to stream longer. I like to, you know, talk to you guys, play the decks a little bit longer. Like I know you guys want, you know, your decks to get played and you want them to fire off, and I hate playing a deck and not getting to see what the deck is capable of. And sometimes it takes a couple of games to do that. So, all right, well, I take it you guys have looked at this deck for a while here. We're gonna go ahead and jump into a game. This is actually a deck that I had pulled up for a while and was going to run for you guys. And we don't have our white source, but I'm okay with it. We've got a lot of removal. We've got a way to get to a white source. Although Double Abrade could get caught with some things. Could get caught with some things. Let's keep it. It's got the namesake card in it. Yeah, we don't have exactly what we're looking like. Bomat Courier off the top would be really cool. Bomat Courier, Plains, or Invigorated. Alright. Shock's not bad. Are we just gonna become a burn deck? Let's see what they're playing. I definitely would rather use these braids for removal. Well, how aggro we gonna get? I don't think I want to fire this shock off. Like, we have so much burn that there is a thought to just start getting in damage. Just letting this be our Bomat. It swung twice, but it didn't get. I'll let it go. And then there's a Firebrand. So I'm gonna let him get a Scry off here. I want to go ahead and get my Kari Zev down. If nothing else, I'll be able to just start doing some damage, hopefully. Next turn we'll go, you know, a Braid. He didn't scry in his upkeep. Looks like it's Naya. Okay, he's gonna gift. Well, we'll swing this turn and get rid of that. We'll get rid of the 3 life that he gained. Okay, well, now I'm wishing I would have shocked, because we're not getting another opportunity here. So we're going to go destroy target artifact. Now, we have the creatures to be able to flip the path, but we're stuck on land. How many land did this deck have? Is there something I didn't notice? 22 lands. So nothing crazy here. Alright, well, he's going to New Horizons. Well, he doesn't have a creature, so... But he does have 2 open mana now. A lot of ramp out of the opponent. This could be like that Naya Treasure Aid. Man, I like that deck. That deck was a lot of fun. Okay, so we finally hit another land. I'm just gonna swing for 3. I will tell you what it means to fight. I love darkness, I love the light. My medium strike makes life disappear. Unfortunately, I've got to go get a white source here, and then next turn we can go Path to Mettle, swing. Maybe, yeah, I think so. I think that's the play. So we spend this entire turn just trying to fire off this this Path to Mettle here. Azora's Gateway and Grixis Control, Finisher in Sanctum of the Sun, and Torment of Hellfire. I'm not a big fan of a Torment of Hellfire deck right now. I know the card is really powerful, but I just don't think that's kind of where you want to be. Would you post the deck on Patreon or Reddit for this? Mr. Burns, you would post that on Patreon. You would have to post it there. I mean, that just happened, ladies and gentlemen. That just happened. Well, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. Maybe I should have done that on my turn when he was tapped out. I mean, you're just going to control? You have no other way to really finish? I mean, like, that's my point of confusion is, how do you, well, Cut to Ribbons is great. Like, or do you have, like, Amulet? I mean, Amulet control's not exactly strong right now. You do realize that most people are playing like 3 and 4 copies of this right now. Like, I would not play anything that hinged around. I'm gonna just do this and pass. I wouldn't play anything that just hinged around a single artifact or anything like that right now. Don't want the Scarab God, and you have 2 Torrentials. Well, and you want to be Grixis Control. Nizahal. Nizahal is just a really great creature. Yeah, I would say Nizahal is just, I don't know. Do you have any Planeswalkers in your list? I'm going to fire this shock off. He just got 8 from the cow. So he's going to trigger Revolt. Like, this is Saffron Olive's version of this. I've got a Naya Treasure Aid deck. I don't know, this might be mine. I have a version really close to this. Okay, so what do we get? Alright, so this turn we're going to go Bomat Courier, Fanatical, Flip, Almost Die. Alright, well, so we go, yeah. Let's undo one of those. We'll go Fanatical Firebrand, Bomat Courier, yay! We flipped it. We might actually live now. I'm gonna go ahead and abrade this thing. Okay, I don't want to do it on his turn because I don't want to help him trigger Revolt. Now next turn he has to have another attacker. There's a Trove. Alright, so it costs 3 mana, 1 white, and 2 colorless, and this to make him sacrifice a dude. So, oh, he didn't sacrifice it. Well, okay, he couldn't. So we get to go Bowmat. Cool. All right. Well, we'll swing 3 and we're good. Unless he's got a dude with haste, we're doing all right. I don't think that that's going to be the way we win this game. I think we're going to win this game just like this. Okie doke. So that cost us 0 cards. Remember, that's powerful effect. So he's going to go ahead and fumigate. I'm okay with that. Alright, so he gets a mountain. Oh yeah, I would rather not spin cards because when this deck goes into its reach mode, if you will, you are a burn deck. So at this point, we're just going to end his turn, burn things. No, it doesn't remove it. It's choose a creature at random that attacked this turn. Destroy that creature. Okay, so we're going to go for the burn here. I'm going to go 1, 2. We're going to burn him for 2. I'm going to burn him for 2 more. Definitely on the burn plan. Alright, so now he has to, well, I mean, he has to attack us for 5. If he doesn't make us tap our path to Mettle, if he doesn't attack us, then we just burn him. So his best plan is to take the 2 damage, like let us burn him 1 turn, and to get 2 worms and swing at us. But we'll see. Alright, well, I'm just gonna pass the turn here. So he really can't swing at us this turn. Any burn off the top would be great, like a shock or a lightning strike will win the game for us. Another Sandworm Convergence. Unless he swings. If he swings, then shock is no longer an out. If he doesn't swing, then alright, well, shock or lightning strike here. Sandworm Convergence decks, guys. That's twice today. Thanks. Thanks for liking the Jank MTG. Wow, I like the skull there, Jank MTG. Sling that jank. Nice. You like old video games? Alright, well. Good game, opponent. Good game. Yep. That's how it's done. That's what red deck does right there, guys. You think that that is not enough reach? Wow. Alright, so how do we sideboard against this? Glorybringers. Glorybringer doesn't do really good against. I mean, we could just have like cast out Nixon's Binding, so if he brings those things in. But we could also just be much faster than him. While he's ramping, we might be able to just wham, done. Harvesters don't seem bad though. I think we have to have some number of Ixalan's Binding. Maybe cast out. Although I hate bringing those in. What do I want to take out? I don't think he's going to have a lot of creatures that I need to be blocking early. I am bringing that. I'm gonna cut one On-Crop Crasher and one Hazard for 2 Ixalan's Binding. And then I'm just going to run it back. He has a skull because that is his actual picture. He's got a channel, so he has put himself a picture up. Any of you could actually go to your profile and put up a profile picture, and you'll have a picture in chat right there. So, okay. Well, we've got Kenra, Hazard. Yeah, I like it. It's a very aggro hand. Very, very aggro hand. And I think we can get it down pretty quick. Relentless Raptors. Don't know about that. I'm going to go ahead and play one of them though. I know they don't have haste. But I want to test his burn capabilities here. Okay. Well, at least we swing back for at least 3 next turn. Perfect, perfect. Okay, here we go. So I'm slightly worried about like hour of. I want to get as many things out of my hand as possible here, so next turn we'll be able to go Raptors and, or we can go Kenra and Lightning Strike. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, well, there we go. Well, if you subscribe, you'll get it when you're in channel. Okay, so we've got the option here for next turn going Kenra Lightning Strike, and then doesn't matter. Ooh, well, we do draw a card. That's something to consider. I mean, he gained 3 life. We're just now getting back on the advantage on that. Oh, are you really holding up Settle, dude? Okay, well. So, if he is holding up Settle, do I want this to be a I want it to be a piece of burn. It's going to really matter. Alright, well, that flip, we'll see if he settles. He did not settle. I'm still going to continue to dump my hand, though. So I'm going to lightning strike this turn. And technically I'm hoping for either one drop or land next turn. You watched my old Grixis video. I said that I would replace the Facebook icon with the Reddit icon and something like that. Let's see. I could have sworn that I have updated the channel. So let's find out. Have I? Did I update my channel? I could have sworn that I fixed that. Is Facebook still up there? Nah, Facebook's gone. Look, see? There's only there's Reddit, right? It used to be Facebook and things like that. Or you mean here on the Twitch layout? Oh man, yeah, I need to fix that. You're 100% right. Fumigate. Alright, well, I don't want him to gain that life. So I ain't about all that. And then definitely need to empty my hand here. Okay, so he gains 2, he goes back to 11. And we get a land. And this, my friends, is a hazard. What are we listening to? Nights into Dreams. Oh, I am not on. Wow. There we go. Hazard. Wow. I mean, this deck is just super sweet. Fumigate that. He's like, no, I'll just settle it. I'll just settle it. New Horizons. Not the one he's looking for here. Well, I have definitely got to play one of them. And if he's got to settle, then I'm going to hold up this ability to get rid of the other here. I want to get that extra damage in. So we're gonna give it a shot. See if he's got that settle. There's definitely an argument to just not swinging here, but he's either got it or he doesn't have it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just pitch to Kenra. That'll put him at 4, and this means he has to have settle next turn. Okay. He's either got 2 turns, he's either got to gain some life, or he has to get a settle. I guess I really do need to update my my overlay here, don't I? Get rid of the old Scarab God. He's been here too long. What kind of theme? I've got that metal theme there right now. This deck is very, very smooth. Like, it just seems like, wow, you know? So we just test him here. How do I want to test? I'll test him this way because it costs a lot less mana to make this test. It's still lethal. And that's game. And that's game. Sean, this thing is stupid. It didn't take really long to play this though, so I'm gonna just jump straight back into another one here. Yeah, this curve is extremely smooth. Okay. All right, so wow. I mean, just wow, Sean. I know Sean's not with us right now, but hopefully he'll be watching this later. So, and again, this I do agree that I am doing this particular stream a little bit different than the others, and much slower, much more relaxed. We're just kind of hanging out. We're playing these decks. We're going to talk about them a little bit. So what do you guys think about this deck so far? Like, I'd like some input on, from you guys, like, because personally, I like it. I think this thing's mean. Yeah, this deck's just easy button. Oh, look. Alright, so that's another. I mean, do we want that? Sure, I'll keep it. It's a second creature. And it's really cheap to play, so. Man, there's some argument to just like, I guess if you like started playing this deck a little bit, you would know whether right now is the time to just start shocking. Like, I don't know. I underestimated this card at first, and then someone told me just how much it eats up Glint Sleeve Siphoners, and I was like, oh my god, you are right. That is great. Alright, let's see if he's got the Fatal Push here. No Fatal Push. Let's see what colors he is. Come on. Oh, he ain't gonna tell us. He don't want us to know. Color mana you make, huh? Huh? Kite Cell Freebooter. I don't get you, Kite Cell. I got 2 pieces of removal. What? Okay. You gonna leave me with the cheap piece? I'll take it. Okay. So, I have no qualms about this. So smooth. Oh my goodness, this deck's so smooth. Like, I mean, granted, our opponent might be able to do other things, but your curve is just great. Everything's so cheap. I mean, I may not have enough burn here to get the job done, but we might. We might. The opponent's like stuck on land, so. And he scooped it up. Okay. I still don't know what the opponent's doing, so I'm just going to run it back. This is a Pro Tour deck. Well, you know what, Ryan? One of the cool things about this meta is we don't have a Pro Tour. We've got one, but it's going to be in Modern, so Standard's going to be wide open. Like, this meta is going to bounce back and forth so many times, it's going to be ridiculous. I'll keep. These hands are ridiculous. He's blue-black. Okay. Now we know. I'm gonna get something countered. I'd rather it be this. So if he's got like Essence Scatter or something. Let's go to combat. There we go. Alright. So if we can chase the removal with the Fatal Push, that's good. Yeah, control. Champion of Wits. Well, I'm definitely gonna help him kill it. This card is so bad against like the Reanimator decks. Oh my goodness! Like, because it has to block. They just go Journey on Champion of Wits, swing into your Raptor. Oh, it hurts so bad. I'm gonna go Raptor here. If he wants to kill his Champion of Wits by swinging into it, he can. Minister. Oh, this is that deck. This is God Pharaoh's Gift, guys. This is God Pharaoh's Gift. Angel. Cataclysmic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okie dokie. Alright, well, let's swing. so I was not going to be able to get into the bow mat anyway, so don't worry about that. I think we're going to have to go... I mean, I can go ahead and play the bow mat, though. He didn't have a search for Escanta. At this point, I really want to save this for a search, because if I pop it, then he just goes and gets a white source, and he can refurbish back. Hostage taker here. Okay. Let's see what he targets. He's got 1 mana. All right. I'm gonna let him have it. Alright, so it's time to go for damage here, guys. Like, I hate it, but this is the way it's gotta be. Hanging on to that Abrade might have been the better play, especially against God Pharaoh's Gift. But I think it's time to go for the race. Alright, well, we'll get in 11 points of, or 7 points of damage right there. Now, if he does get to just like slam God Pharaoh's Gift, then awesome for him. Okay, well, this is gonna cast our little dude. Can't believe he didn't take like Bomat Courier. No, Gravestone does not stop GPG. Alright, well, we have to sack our Bomat because he has to block. We don't have any ways around it. At least we get 2 cards out of it. No point in being coy about it. Minecrop Crasher. Go ahead and get it down so I can conserve mana for next turn. Hazard off the top would be great. Okay, so it stops refurbish, and now it stops this thing. Definitely stops this thing. Okay, how do we get through here? He's got a ton of blockers. Fanatical Firebrand. Alright, so let's go. Earthshaker Kinra. We'll say this can't block. Okay. Fanatical Firebrand. I'm just going to kill the Champion of Wits. That can't block, or that ain't gonna block us. And I'm going to exert. Alright, so first exert, he can't block. Second exert, that can't block. He gets it, he scoops, game. Yeah. Oh, smooth. Alright. Yeah, this deck's stupid good, guys. Like, no lie. Okay, so I mean, what kind of feedback do I give on a deck that is just what I consider at least tier 1.5? I mean, it's just, oh goodness, the deck is just silly, and has just all the plays that it needed. I mean, it just, wow, you know, wow. The Scarab God right there, you know, hey, you're about to play the Scarab God and untap. Who cares, you know? So that's really that's a really cool little deck. I had a lot of fun with that one. This is really good, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to give you a lot of feedback on it. It's rare that I can say, hey, I really like the deck. I think right now I'm still a little wary of having you know, 4 Hazards and 3 main board of Braids that I may or may not be able to get rid of. You know, it just depends on if we think that the meta is going to stay aggro or not, and if it is, absolutely leave those braids in. You're great, absolutely. Otherwise, you know, push them into the sideboard, and you know, maybe get in another keyword, another creature, or something like that. But I like all the shocks. I like the Fanatical Firebrand. I mean, we seen it become clutch right there by removing the one blocker that would have been able to change combat math for us right there. So yeah, that was absolutely terrific. Coming down from 1 mana, removing things. Just a lot of these cards were just absolutely terrific. So this Fanatical Firebrand, I like it. I definitely like the card. I think it's the real deal, and you know, we're gonna see. So Matthew. Is Matthew Girk Matthew G? Is that you? Alright. Philip, are you the one that asked for the other GPG deck? Is that you? Alright, anyway, we've got the Path of Mettle here. Man. Path of Mettle. I like the card. It definitely shows reach. And I think you guys will understand, you know, with this type of reach, why maybe Ramunap Ruins might have been a little too much, like to just leave that much. Although it might have also opened up to a pure burn deck, which would have been just awesome. Like, come on, just bam, can you kill me before I can burn you out? And I think that's pretty cool. But with the Path of Mettle here, I mean, you do have to have some creatures, and that's really cool. Don't forget that Path of Mettle deals 1 damage to each creature, too. So if there's a lot of Ripjaw Raptors, if there's a lot of Enrage running around, you might or might not want this card. You might not want to give them free Enrage, but then again, flipping it is also extremely powerful. Making them, you know, discard a card at or sacrifice a creature at random can hit Carnage, Tyrant, Galta, any of that. So that's really powerful. So I really like this deck, and unfortunately we didn't get to play with the Glorybringers or anything, but we just really didn't need to. I like the fact that it can splash into white. You got some, you know, Answer Alls here. One that you can even cycle away, which works really good with Hazard. Cast Out and Hazard are a lot better friends than a lot of people would think. Normally they're against each other, but in this deck, yeah, you know, okay, you can cycle it, draw a different card, you know, something like that. It's really good. You know, okay, I don't want to use this on something else. I'll cycle it and get something cheaper. Aether Sphere Harvester, I didn't get a chance to use that either because we didn't run up against anything as aggro as we are. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it's almost red deck. What more do you want to say about it? Plus, I mean, it definitely just showed its power right there. Alright, so, Sean, I liked this deck so much so that I even have one very similar to it. Now, this is the one that went 5-0, and you'll see that it is extremely similar to Sean's deck. Although this one ran some of the Direfleet Daredevils, really good card, and does run those Braids in the sideboard, which is something that, you know, I mentioned. Also in the sideboard, you're going to see, you know, Ixalan's Binding. It looks like it is a, you know, a must. I don't know if I like the Slaughter the Strong. That double white seems like it's a little bit difficult to get, but hey, the deck is definitely a burn deck, and I like the version of it that Sean brought us here. So again, if you guys want to, you know, check out Sean's deck, link is in the description box below. Okay, Sean, awesome deck, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't necessarily know if I like Silent Gravestone, but I'll say that Silent Gravestone's pretty good in this deck because it doesn't stop you from using Kinra. So, alright. Now, Philip did not actually request that we play a deck of his. Philip wanted us to play GPG. So this is a deck that was submitted by someone on our Reddit, and matter of fact, let me pull that up. I had that pulled up and I closed it out. Who did submit this deck? Was it that guy? Was it that guy? How Internet submitted this deck. So How Internet, Philip has basically sponsored you your deck here. One change I made to this deck right off the bat. One thing I made to this deck right off the bat was it had 4 charter courses in it, and you guys may or may not like this, but I threw in 2 Search for Azcantas. I feel that if you're running the Minister of Inquiries, if you're running, you know, a 4-drop to get back your artifact, then having the ability to cast that 4-drop on turn 3 is just overwhelming. So let me explain that for you real quick. And remember, there are a lot of islands because you do want to be able to get this guy down on 1. You play him on 1. So Minister of Inquiries on 1, you get 2 energy. Search for Azcanta on 2, and at some point before your opponent passes his turn, you tap Minister of Inquiries and mill 3. Now with Search for Azcanta trigger on the stack, you go ahead and tap your Minister of Inquiries and spend your last energy and mill 3 more. That's 6 cards in the graveyard. Dump whatever you have from Search for Azcanta on top. Just dump whatever it is in the graveyard, and you have a flipped Search for Azcanta on turn 3. Play land, refurbish on 3, angel, whatever. Good game. So that is the nut draw, and if you do not have Search for, like if you don't have the cards in the deck, you can't have the nut draw. So I didn't want to play this deck without at least having that opportunity to go turn 3 game. Because that's what this deck can do, guys. And let's take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. Okay. It may not go turn 3 game, but it could. So this is a GPG deck. And again, thank you, Philip, for for sponsoring this stream. You're definitely going to get your money's worth because I'm playing this deck at least once this week. I don't know if it'll be this 100% this version, but I am going to play it. So my first piece of advice for How Internet or Philip here, if you decide you want to build that, run that Search for Azcanta. Run at least 2 copies of it so that you can try to get this off. So let's talk about what this deck is. That's right, it's a GPG deck. This is Jeskai GPG. Oh yeah, baby. Let's talk about it. Alright, so killer things to bring back. Chaos Maul, Combustible Gear Hulk, those are cool. And you can get it back with either Refurbish or Madcap Experiment. May or may not cost you some life, who knows. We're going to find out, though. I mean, it may be the 1 card. It's going to cost you a little bit of life, but hopefully you'll hit it before you just die. Now, this deck is an experiment, but it's a lot of fun. Now, one of the other cards that I may or may not try to squeeze into the deck, and I just don't know exactly where we would, might be somewhere right here in the Blood Rage Brawler aspect, is at least a single copy of Vizier of Many Faces. We may or may not need it, but I think that the Blood Rage Brawler, I don't know if that really has, if that's really what we're looking for, but it definitely might be. Getting it down on 2, and then like if we can turn 4 go off, and then that, of course, that's really cool. But I am interested in the Blood Rage Brawler, but I'm also interested in having more combo pieces, as I would much rather be doing something blue or a Cathartic Reunion here on 2. Just because I think that feeds more into the combo plan, and that's where I think this deck kind of wants to go. But we'll find out here. Again, we're gonna have to jump into it and play it a little bit. But let's take a look at the sideboard. Some really cool interactions here. Aven Wind Guide. This way, everything has flying. We've got the Locust God, which we're drawing cards and things like that. We're making these little locusts, and this works really really good when they are able to just remove all your GPGs. So if you're playing against black and everything, this is a really good card to bring in. I've actually been looking at versions of this deck for a couple days now. So when Philip asked me to play it, I was really excited for it. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and it is 100% up my alley. For those people that don't know how this deck works, let me explain. Okay, so of course we're going to be dumping a bunch of cards. I just explained a scenario with Search for Escanta, how on turn 3 you can dump 7 cards into your graveyard and cast a Refurbish to get back a God Pharaoh's Gift. So what does that mean? What happens when we can get back a God Pharaoh's Gift? Well, hopefully, now you'll notice there's no Angel of Invention in here, but we're going to be bringing back Combat Celebrant. And if we can do it on turn 3 or 4, a lot of times they don't have anything big enough to stop a Combat Celebrant that's a 4/4. So we're going to go ahead and exert that. Now, when we exert Combat Celebrant, it will give us a new combat phase. Now, as soon as we go to the beginning of our second combat phase, we will re-trigger God Pharaoh's Gift. Oh yeah, that's how that works. So you re-trigger God Pharaoh's Gift and you untapped all of your creatures. At this point, you can either bring back another Combat Celebrant, and you more than likely will have a Minister of Inquiries untapping that you can continue to keep tapping to keep filling your graveyard with more and more creatures. So the Combat Celebrants continue to come into the battlefield, and you get multiple combats, and each time you put down another 4/4. So you go a 4/4, and then they untap, and then you make a Protein Raider that is a copy of a Combat Celebrant, and you've already triggered Raid. Awesome. Let's see if we can make it happen. Okay, I'll just see if we can show you. Tyler 11. I did get in there. Sweet. We'll see if we can get this bad boy to fire off here. And again, Philip, you might not like me for not playing you just a bunch of games with this one tonight, because again, like I said, I do want to play this at some point this week. I had looked at these decks, and I really wanted to play a version of it. Man, we almost have a really good hand here. I'm just gonna mulligan. Ooh, no, mulligan again. What is going on? What is going on? Sure. Wow. Oh, hopefully you'll see it. I expect to actually completely build my version of this deck, and it'll probably look a lot like this, but I definitely expect to be building a version of this deck. Okay, so next turn we get to throw away Combustible. I mean, mulligan to 4 here. That was brutal for us. It was definitely brutal. Okay, and I guess he's Abzan. We're going to be doing this anyway. I'm going to discard the land. Call me silly, but we're going to do it. So we're going to go Combustible Land, draw 3 cards. Unless he counters it. He counters it? Oh yeah, it's over. It's over. Alright. So next turn we go Cathartic Reunion, discard God Pharaoh's Gift, Chaos Maul, draw 3 cards. Alright, and we hit a land. So I'll just go ahead and play the land. I definitely want to discard both of these. So, okay, here went our last energy. And I'm going to leave the blue open. Alright, we're going to go with these 2. Alright, well. This might work. Alright, what do we got in the graveyard? We don't have enough creatures. I don't know. Bringing back combustible will be good. Like, if we can get it down, we'll be alright. So yeah, this is definitely a Bant approach. He's gonna go get some white. Oh man, we need a white source. Need a white source. There's a white source, but we can't. Alright, so I can't play. Alright, I'm playing my white source. Play search for Escanta. That's horrible. It's okay though. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, he may end up with, like, you know, all the things to answer our God Pharaoh's gift. He may hour right here and just go, nope. And he didn't save up enough for settle either. Okay. Alright, so what do we have on top here? Did I flip this? Spire Bluff Canal? Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard. Absolutely, we'll flip this. Okay, there's a combat celebrant. So, I'm gonna play land. I'm gonna go white. I'm gonna go refurbish. I'm gonna go chart a course. Hold on, man. Don't scoop. I've got to chart a course, throw this combat celebrant, and then like multiple attack you, dude. You're not playing right. It's not how this works. Okay, alright, alright. We'll try again. We'll see if we can make this work. Alright, so we need our negates. Don't we? Don't we need negate? We just stay in combo. Okay. I don't think this guy's gonna let us play. He ain't gonna let us have fun. I'm gonna take these Blood Rage, the Brawlers out. Wow. We don't need Chaos Maul on this one either. I would rather have Locust God. And then, would like to have a Negate or two. I don't want too many. We're not hurt for life on this deck either. This is the last. Yeah, it's the last deck. You are extremely late, Andrew. Well, I started at 5 today, so I mean, you know, that kind of happens. So, either way, though, we've got some. Thanks to Philip, we got to play some jank on Saturday. Anyway, man, this is another great hand. I'm gonna go turn 1 Minister, turn 2 dump some stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wow. You missed yesterday's stream? Well, okay, so yesterday's stream, I normally don't stream on Friday, so yesterday's stream was a pop-up, and I just kind of did a Jun stream for everyone. Ooh, man, this hand is so good. Top deck. Oh man, we could just go back-to-back top decks and just have like, oh, amazing hands. Commune. Okay, that's not normal. Okay, he's playing a completely different version. Like, the version we're used to has not got Commune in it. So, that's... He did go get him a desert. A cycle desert. Alright. So, I know I want my energy production here, because that's going to give me an extra meal. And then, of course, I want to do these two things. Oh, wow, alright. Okay, let's go. And I'm just gonna pass. bunch of draw options here. He's gonna commune again. Commune with those dinos. We had to help coach a competition and then get back to 11:30, but the deck tech looked sweet. The deck was actually really sweet. I actually really enjoyed that deck, and like it was better. Journey to Eternity was so much better in that deck than it was in our previous deck. Man, maybe I should just start milling him. But bam, dude. What do you think about that? But no, we're gonna mill ourselves. There went our refurbish. Man, I would have drawn that. Oh, alright, well, you know, that happens. So, let's look at some cards. I'm gonna take the refurbish. And then pass the turn. Yeah. Well, I mean, if he has the counter for it, then cool. Looks like he's definitely trying to leave up. Like, do you think he's got counter, or do you think he's going to tap out? The universal regret of self-mill, but unpunished. You are right. Like, looking at the amount of cards that we can look at, and I think that just making that small... Ooh, he tapped out. Hey, guys, guess what? He tapped out. He did it. I could, do we have a combat celebrant in here yet? No. That's what we need. We'll find out. Like, I'm definitely going to mill one more time because we have this Aether Hub. So we're going to be taxing the energy for sure. I mean, we can get some more back, but... Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and play my energy land so I don't accidentally play the wrong one. I wasn't worried about on upkeep. I mean, we can mill whenever. I mean, maybe I should have milled on upkeep, so... well... Might have, I don't know how it lays out, but... We definitely didn't get what we were looking for right there. It doesn't mean I'm not going to just bring back the God Pharaoh's gift and correct that. Yeah, you guys know what I'm doing. Alright, so... Yeah, I'm always going to yield to it. We get a 4/4 either way. I think I want to just guarantee drawing some cards, so I'm going to go with Champion of Wits. And we're going to say... And he's going to scoop it up. Yeah, this guy ain't going to let us play this deck. Alright. So, we'll see if we can find somebody else, considering this dude doesn't want to let us play it. Whatever. Whatever. Alright. We won the dice roll. Can we play with this? So if we go turn 1 Minister, turn 2 Brawler, pitch something, yeah, maybe. Sure. Might not be able to mill ourselves as much with the Minister because we might need to save some. But, yeah. I think I can keep this hand. This might even be an aggressive hand. Right, Fleet Swallower, and yeah, you just bring it back. Bam! There goes half your deck. Yeah, I like that version of GPG. And if you run like you could turn 4 like Fleet Swallower, so like you could turn 3, throw down the flaying what is it, fraying sanity, something crazy like that. when you would mill, you mill like twice that at the end of turn. Well, that's a big dude. Okay, well, that's a good card. We just got a land. That was good. I'm going to discard the Maul, Chaos Maul here. And we'll pass the turn. I mean, I get that this is, like, not drawing is not where, like, I don't want to be there. So, this is the one card I don't like in the deck. This might get difficult. Then again, maybe not. I could just trade right here. I'm okay with that. It's another creature. I could also just swing back next turn as well. I can do that. I can swing for a turn. I'm okay with that. Might want to draw some additional cards here anyway. So we'll go land. Yeah, I think I want to draw additional cards. So how is our graveyard? Our graveyard's Cathartic Reunion, Cathartic Reunion. Wow. If I want to chart a course, then I pretty much have to have that. I can't mill myself. Yep, we're just going to attack. And now we'll chart a course. I mean, I can understand wanting to discard something there, but I would also like to draw some lands. Okay. Well, now we just need to get to like GPG or something, or more energy, or I don't know. Next turn, just combat Celebrant and just start putting things in front of him. Radiant Destiny, calling dwarves, I assume. Maybe servos. Call servos, man. He hits us for a bunch right here. He did call servos. Wow. Okay, take 7. We're at 10. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, we can push the exact amount back at him. I think this is... And then he pushes 7, puts us to 3. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Dead. I'm going to give him the option to put us at 3, though. I mean, our best hope is he taps out. I don't know if we have a better hope. Kind of wishing I had thrown this in the graveyard instead of that Chaos Maul now. At least I would have been able to bring it back. Yeah, he's got it set to servos right here. So he's got servos are getting a buff. Yeah. Ooh, what are you casting out, dude? I assume the Combat Celebrant. Yeah. That's not great for us. That ain't great. That ain't great. So, best top deck, Aether Hub. Aether Hub into God Pharaoh's Gift on the bottom. Yeah. Aether Hub with God Pharaoh's Gift. Like, so that's the sequencing we need. Whew. It wasn't the Aether Hub. Oh, it was the God Pharaoh's Gift, but it wasn't the Aether Hub. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Man. What sequencing? What sequencing, Rich? Okay, so we definitely want to get in the air So that's gonna be a plan here. Sweltering Suns is probably where we want to be. I'm gonna come off of the Madcaps because, you know, that's a thing. And I want to cut a little something else somewhere else. Not in the combo, but maybe in the draw package here a little bit. I think we can cut just a little bit in the draw package. What sequencing, Rich? Like what sequencing did I mess something up there? The music intensified. Yeah. Well, if we would have gotten the right combination of things, it would have been terrific. Oh, well, this is actually not bad, guys. This is a really good start. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to do these things. Well, the opponent had... he had pretty much everything, and it looked like if we could get to a God Pharaoh's Gift, bringing it back and wiping the board, like the Chaos Maul would have did basically a Sweltering Suns, which would have been great. Alright, so we definitely want to discard a Combat Celebrant. Thank you for subscribing. Did they not pop up? What? Oh. If you just subscribe, type exclamation point shout out in chat, and I'll get you a shout out there. We have been rocking a bunch of Patreon submitted decks, and well, 3 of them in particular, and we're on the last one right now. And we're currently on a Jeskai GPG deck that is a ton of fun. Like, so far, like, this is really cool. Like, I like how these interactions are playing out. Okay, so I get to Cathartic Reunion. Probably just gonna discard these 2. I mean, I'm gonna want this Minister, so yeah, we'll get rid of the Sweltering. Okay, well, we don't have exactly what we're looking for yet. Let's go ahead and do this. See what happens to our grave. Oh, wow. And this is why I hate playing these decks. Oh, just brutally punished for sequencing. I mean, it's like, how... Wow. Alright, well. Double refurbish pitched right there. Yikes. Which means I would have been... I don't know, I drew 3 cards. I mean, I would have done that anyway. So, if I would have milled myself first, I would have put these 3 in the graveyard, and then I would have drawn these, which wouldn't have necessarily given me a land. I don't know if that would have worked or not then. Well, there's another hub. That'll be alright for next turn. I need this blue mana right now, but I need to keep milling. I can attack, chart a course, and see if we can get some cards. We might have to go hardcore on this. At least this can be embalmed. If I attack and chart a course, the next turn we go Aether Hub, Minister, make 2 more energy, and we're back on blue mana. Sure. Sure. I want to draw some more cards anyway. Although, I don't want to throw this GPG away now until I can get another refurbish. Like, we've cut our chances for refurbishing, like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's why I don't want to throw it away. Like, we're definitely set to hardcast mode, so now it's put stuff in hand. Okay. 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 I'm feeling better. I like where we're going with this now. So now we go back on the let's start milling ourselves plan. Is he just gonna? He's like, I'm gonna get in for 2, make sure everything's safe, then I'll play my vampires. Oh no, that's right. He's servos. He's servos. Okay. We could just play a blue source. Right, if we just play a blue source, we get to save some energy. Does he attack next turn? I think we just pass here. This seems interesting, but play nothing. Play nothing. Pay nothing. Play nothing. All right. Well, we'll definitely take the damage. So we'll see what he's got. I mean, if he just makes a bunch more servos, we're in so much trouble. It's Rom's expertise, so he makes all of those. Alright, well, how do we do this? Radiant Destiny. Have to get in the air. Alright, so... Wow. Yeah. Let's mill ourselves. There's the Locust God. There's another Protein Raider. Get some more energy. I've got a white source, so let's mill ourselves. Let's mill ourselves. Like, we're going for it. Like, this is it. This is it. Okay. So let's get our GPG back. Now, we've got 2 combat celebrants. We've got some other stuff, so we're gonna go. Man, we need more energy. Like, this may, like, we may not have enough here. Like, I don't know if I can go off right here. Like, I think I need to just, like, make this thing. Yeah, let's do this. Might be able to survive one turn. And then next turn, we're like, we go crazy. Maybe. So he's got 15, 16, 17, 18 damage. And if he just swings out, we're just dead, right? Good game. You got us, opponent. We had you next turn, though. We had him next turn. What was our next card? Land, so we went Combustible Gearhulk. And then next 3 cards, Refurbish, Godpharaoh's Gift, and Strategic Planning. So if he would have pitched him 11, 12, 13 damage right there, yeah, we'd have had him. We'd have had him. Alright. Guys, that's this deck. There's something here. There is definitely something here. Yeah, that Sweltering Sun's discard might have been wrong, but we were definitely just going for it. Definitely going, like, just all out going for it there. So, yeah, it's kind of where it's at. But anyway, man, I like this deck. I think this deck's really cool. I don't like this card, so maybe even a couple gates. I don't know. Maybe this deck doesn't have a creature content for a gate. Maybe refurbish is just, you know, enough. I like the card. I like the deck though. I think Vizier Many Faces needs to be in here somewhere. I think these two cards right here could be just be Viziers. Viziers would be really cool. So, How Internet, thanks for giving us this list. If you want to check this list out, the link is in the description box below. How Internet did a really good job with it. I did add these two Search for Escantas in it, and we're going to be seeing this deck. We're going to be seeing more of this deck later this week because I want to run this some more. So I will be bringing you my version of this particular deck, and it'll probably look really close to this. Just I'm not going to run this Madcap Experiment, and I think I want a copy of this main board. It just seems like it's one of those must-have answers as you start going through the deck. So definitely want to get me definitely want to get a copy of Vizier in here, but the Protein Raider's not bad either. I like that card. So anyway, guys, I hope those of you that wanted to see a game get played, that you asked for a particular game to get played, a particular match to get played. I hope you got what you were looking for. I hope you got some airtime of that particular deck. That if that's what you were looking for. If you felt that your deck did not get what it deserves, let me know. Like just message me. Just say, hey, I want something else, and we'll work it out. And if we can't, then I'm sorry. But normally we can probably come to something. Anyway, I hope everyone that asked for, whether you asked to just run and see a deck like Philip did with this particular deck, he just wanted to see this get played, and I hope you got a chance to see it, Philip. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then we also had oh wow, I forgot his name. We had David and Sean. Sean actually wanted a particular deck run that was, it's a tier 1 deck, but it was his take on what I call a tier 1 deck. I don't know if it's necessarily tier 1. It's at least 1.5. That path deck is stupid. Anyway, and then we had David's deck. Probably more breakdown at the beginning of this video on really trying to give feedback on a deck, and I'll probably always keep the format like that. The more feedback that I think might be needed or wanted on a deck, we're going to put that closer to the front of the videos. And then if you just want to see a deck played or something like that, we can do that. Alright, so where does that leave us from here? We've still got so far, we've got 2 Patreons that have not requested anything for January, that are already signed up for January, and that have that offer to them. So if man, I should have had their names pulled up. I really should have. That's bad on me for not, right? It's like Dean. So yeah, we've got Dean, and we've got who else? What else we got in here? Well, if I can find them. Dean, if you do see this and you want a deck run for January, let me know, sir. And we've got Barry Drake. So Dean and Barry, if you want anything run, please let me know for January, and I will put out another January issue of the Patreon games. Now, again, I am willing to go up to doing 5 decks at a time, and run that 4 weeks or 4 days out of a month. So that would be one episode of this a week. So if you guys do want this, if you want me to help you go over a deck, look at it, or even give you my ideas on it, And unfortunately, I mean, if you hand me a tier 1 deck, there's not going to be a lot of critiquing I can do there. Now, the critiquing I did on the Boros aggro deck was, I think it's solid advice. I think that the Abrades being main board might be meta situational, and I think you might want to be able to move those sideboard. As far as David's deck went, I really think that the deck was just trying to split two great ideas, two really fun archetypes, and I think it was just trying to split the two a little too much. So I think that David's going to be able to either pick him a Pirates deck or a nice little Sultai Reanimator deck, or maybe even a Jund Reanimator deck. And I think he's going to be able to have a lot of fun out of that, and I think he's going to be able to have two decks moving forward from here with that. As far as this deck goes, we're just going to save that. We're just going to save all of that. This deck is really, really cool. It is super jank. I love me some super jank. Philip, thank you so much for forcing me to really play. I'd been looking at the deck and I was like, man, I gotta play that deck. I really do. But this deck is like sweet, right? Right? I mean, come on. This is sweet. Anyway, I'm going to play this deck. I'm going to build a version of this for Standard this week. This was enough fun that it was just like, yo, the Winchesters, post your decks. Dean and Sam. Anyway, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. We're going to see more of this Jeskai deck here. This deck was, yeah, I like this. This is my way to GPG. Although, you know, a Chroma on turn 4 ain't bad either. So I think I'm going to throw in a couple other cards. I'm definitely going to have some sweet cards in here. And I don't know if Protein Raider is the way to go or not. Might go 1-1 on the Protein Raider and the Vizier. I just think Vizier is going to be really good. And as you've seen, there's a lot of times we're just not attacking. So anyway. No, Patreons, there's a location for the Patreons to submit their deck on Patreon. I always post, so if you're on Patreon and you can see the Patreon only post, there's posts that they can see that you other guys can't. Anyway, if you are a Patreon and you're one of the stream sponsors, there's a post there named January Rewards. And that's where you cash in your rewards. So if you're a $5 Patreon, you can cash in. You can ask for which one of our Reddit decks you would like to, put your +2 vote on. So you can do that there. If you're a $1 Patreon, you can still see that January rewards. All you have to do is just put a comment on that and say, hey, I would like to use my vote for, or my upvote for this coming week on, or out of this month on this deck. I would really like to see this played. And you can use your upvotes. So that's all you got to do if you're a patron. All right. Well, you can definitely do that. Core, you're one of the patrons. Tell me you're Matt. Please tell me you're Matt. No, who? I am still trying to put names to all the patrons because you guys got so many different. Wow, RJ Burns, thank you so much for signing up to Patreon. Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. Once you, Mr. Burns, once your first month processes, go ahead and submit me a deck, and we'll get it into your Patreon games. So. Man, that's awesome, guys. That I hope you guys like this. And again, this is the first one. I will streamline this. And, if you guys that have been with me from the beginning, you know that eventually I always get something together that is a little bit smoother. Anyway, I definitely check the Patreon a lot. You guys, it's amazing that you guys actually how much you guys support. So. I thank you. We've almost met our first goal, so you guys are just great. I have to thank you again. Go ahead and always check that Patreon. Just bookmark that bad boy so that you can check in, because like always, I'm going to be making posts there so that you guys can know about Patreon only streams. You'll be able to go back and look at and view the Patreon only streams, the streams that you cannot find. You cannot get access to those links unless you're a Patreon. Also, you know, that's actually about all I've got for tonight, guys. Guys, I've had a lot of fun. I hope you've had fun. We'll see you tomorrow for Subscriber Sunday. Well, that one's free. We're gonna play some games there. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna rip some people's decks apart, and hopefully we're gonna break some hearts and crush some dreams and all the other things. And hopefully we'll also get some good feedback, and we'll be able to, help people, get the feedback that they're requesting on their decks. Man, I love that part about Subscriber Sunday. So anyway, guys, I've had a blast. I've had fun. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.